in the morning, and then we go home at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, I see. And then you have a day. How many days off do you have?
And we have 24 hours off, and then we work another 24-hour shift. So we work 48 hours in 3 days, and then we have 5 days off.
Wow. Well, did you like that arrangement? Did you find that?
That's not the schedule I worked when I came in for the first 27 years on it. The shift we worked was we were a separate day shift and a night shift. We used to work a 10-hour day, followed by another 10-hour day, followed by 1 day off, followed by a 14-hour night, and a second 14-hour night, and then had 2 days off.
Yes. Did you like that?
That was okay.
That was
That
okay.
was fine.
And then what was your first promotion?
My first I came to the fire department in 1977.
Yes.
And I did promotional exams, and which were very lengthy. There's probably 10 books, very thick books that have everything to do with firefighting, safety and survival on a fire ground, building construction,
Really?
investigation. I'm 53 years old.
Yes.
I do have some gray hair. My mustache is gray.
And so you were appointed. What was your title? A firefighter?
When you start, you're a basic firefighter.
A basic.
The fire department in Pittsfield. So there's a basic firefighter. The next step in that process is the fire lieutenant.
Fire lieutenant.
And the next step in that process is fire captain.
Fire captain.
Then there's fire department deputy chief.
Deputy chief.
And then there's chief.
Oh yes, and I have a friend who's a first deputy chief, and then he has friends who are second deputy chief. Do you have that too? Third deputy chief, fourth deputy chief. Do you have that?
No, we don't have that here.
Uh-huh.
We have one deputy chief rank. But
Yeah.
The deputy chiefs, there's 4 of them. 4 different groups in the fire department.
Oh, okay.
And each deputy chief is in charge of one of the groups. We have A group, B group, C group, and T group. And each one of the deputies run the group.
Oh, I see.
And we work 24-hour shifts. So we come in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then we go home at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh, I see. And then you have a day. How many days off do you have?
And we have 24 hours off, and then we work another 24-hour shift. So we work 48 hours in 3 days, and then we have 5 days off.
Wow. Well, did you like that arrangement? Did you find that?
That's not the schedule I worked when I came in for the first 27 years on it. The shift we worked with, we were a separate day shift and a night shift. We used to work a 10-hour day, followed by another 10-hour day, followed by 1 day off, followed by a 14-hour night, and a second 14-hour night, and then you had 3 days off.
Yes. Did you like that?
That was okay.
That was
That
okay.
was fine.
And then what was your first promotion?
I came in the fire department in 1977.
Yes.
And I took the promotional exams, and which were very lengthy. There's probably 10 books, very thick books that had everything to do with firefighting, safety and survival on a fire ground, building construction,
Really?
investigation, sprinkler systems. You get to know about all this stuff. And there's about 10 of these books. Fire law, you get to know Chapter 148, Massachusetts General Law.
My goodness.
Regulations. Very expensive.
Well, yes, but that's kind of good, though. It's good to know all those things.
Well, if you're going to be an officer in the fire service, you have to know all of these things.
Yeah, but just, even to know them. I think it's a good thing.
Well, you have to know what fire behavior is.
Yeah.
What fire can do, what it could do. You have to know how to protect your people that are working for you. You have to know about sprinkler systems. How would it be if a firefighter showed up your sprinkler systems didn't know how to operate it? So you have to know about these things.
Oh, you have to know a lot, yeah. You know about the fireman who was giving a talk in the schools about fire safety, and he said, what would you do if your clothes caught on fire? And a little girl says, I wouldn't put them on.
Well, she's a very smart girl.
And then what was your next promotion?
Well, I made lieutenant in 1987.
Really? That would be about 10 years?
About 10 years. And then I took the captain's exam, and then I made a temporary acting captain at one point, and I was duty for the full captain. And at that time, Proposition 2.5 was rolling through the state of Massachusetts. There was a big cutback as far as services were concerned. So they eliminated the captain job. So I went back to actually.
What happened? So, what happened for that? I didn't get it. You were going to be captain, and what happened?
It'd be not up 2 ranks to firefighter because you didn't have the.
Oh, I see. It was financial.
It was financial.
Oh, yeah. That was a big disappointment.
Yeah, it was. So I was a little disenchanted to say the least for a few years.
Yes, I would think so.
I climbed back on the horse and I took another promotional exam. I took captain's the MI topped it.
Oh, boy.
I think it was 1992.
Oh. Well, yeah, bless your heart that you didn't give up. Bless your heart that you didn't give up.
No, it's really hard to do the job without trying to be promoted. Everybody, firefighters, rescue, deputy chiefs, try to excel in the job, the best job they can all the time. They're really unique group of individuals. You guys just go over and above what's expected of them on a daily basis. I'm very proud of the guys I have in here.
Are you? How many do you have?
There's 88 firefighters.
Really?
We've got 5 fire stations, 88 guys. We've got 5 engine companies in service at all times. We have ladder truck in service all the time.
What's an engine company? What's that?
Well, we have 2 main types of fire apparatus. There's an engine company which carries the hoses, the water, airbags. And there's 3 guys I know in the city of the field. That's what I like, but that's what we have. And,
yeah, that's frustrating.
And medical equipment. And the engine company is our workhorse. That kind of does most of the job. And then we have a ladder company that,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Our ladders, a lot of our rescue equipment. I've got a 100-foot aerial ladder, and I've got another 75-foot aerial ladder here in the city. And we have the ability to put a hose up the ladder and put what we call a ladder pipe or a deluge set on the top of the ladder. That enables us to put out very large fires because we put the water above the fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've got engine companies, which is our workhorses, with the hose and the water. Then we've got our ladder companies, they have our ladders, but we can run the water up the ladder and put that out. Obviously, put the ladder up to windows if people are trapped to get people out of the buildings that are on fire. Right down to taking cats out of trees, which on occasion we do. Whenever people call up and tell me they've got a cat stuck in a tree, the first thing I usually say to them is, have you ever seen the skeleton of a cat in a tree? And then they get mad at me and they get those cat out of the tree for them.
You know what makes your story so precious to me is that you overcame that huge disappointment. You did not run away.
Well, it's your career. You want to do the best you can, and you just keep plugging away at it. You keep trying. And,
yeah.
Keep persevering. And I totally enjoyed when I was on the floor being a firefighter, going on the calls, helping people all the time.
Yeah. What a satisfaction.
You see it all. You see people at their very best. You see people at their very worst, and you see some pretty scary stuff as a firefighter.
Boy.
Some of the things are very unpleasant to see. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for the kids. And it's you have to be kind of a tough individual to be able to do this job. But you're also you see the good in people as well.
But what a gratification!
Absolutely.
So you see, boys and girls, you think you'd like to have a career as a fireman. Do you know why, boys and girls, I'm going to ask them a question. Do you know why firemen always have a Dalmatian dog on the truck so the dog can go ahead first and find the fire hydrant? Isn't that the truth?
That's right.
So the dog can go first and find the fire hydrant.
Does kids know why a fireman wear red suspenders?
I give up.
Hold their pants up.
And they got great big rubber pants, don't they?
We carry, actually, we have very specialized protective clothing.
Boy, that's a good thing.
Layers, designed to be waterproof. It's also designed to protect the firefighters from the heat they will encounter when they go inside a structure that's on fire.
Wow.
We wear special hoods to keep our ears and necks from burning.
Ooh.
So we wear special air packs to enable us to breathe when we go inside a house that's on fire. The smoke is deadly. We're no different than anybody else. We're human beings, just like the people we went into rescue. We can't breathe smoke any better than anybody else, so we have to protect ourselves to be able to go in and put the fire out and save the occupants of any house that may still be in them when it's on fire.
And you have to get into all that gear in a hurry, don't you?
Yes, you do. It generally takes us...
You could practice that. You could practice dressing in a minute.
It takes us less than 4 minutes.
Less than 4?
To get anywhere in the city on our first response.
Really? I mean, that includes the travel, huh?
That includes the travel, yeah.
And the dressing.
Our average response time is around 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, right. Now, we got you up to where you were captain, and then how did you become chief?
Well, you skipped the deputy chief part of it.
Oh, excuse me.
After captain, you have to take another civil service exam, which has a whole bunch more books and a whole bunch more subjects. But as when you get to the deputy chief and chief levels, a lot of the books geared towards management, administration, budgets, which is what I do on a daily basis. So it's kind of boring, but I doubt the kids would find much of it very interesting. But I still get to go to the big fires. I'm sorry, I'm skipping over the deputy chief thing. You take an exam, and the same thing, you run a civil service list. As soon as there's an opening, you get interviewed by the mayor and the chief at the time, and they interview you, you decide if you're right for the job, and they put you to the city council, and the city council appoints you to the position.
Oh, really? Does the city council ask you questions?
They don't generally ask you any questions, but they do have the ability to ask you questions when they put your name up for a certain rank.
Well, it's so involved, they probably don't understand the whole process to ask intelligent questions. You have to know so much.
Well, the city councilors do ask a lot of questions. And they're a good group of people over there. They do a really good job doing what they do for the city, which is trying to determine where to spend the money and how to spend the money.
Yes.
The fire department is one of the places they spend the money, so they want to know where they're spending it and how they're spending it.
Oh, definitely.
It's all about money in the city. So, it costs us over $6 million to run the fire department every single year.
Wow, that's a big figure.
Very expensive proposition.
Very big figure.
But it is only about 5% of the entire city budget.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, so anything more to say about deputy chief before you go on to chief?
Well, the deputy chief job is very important. The deputy chief runs a shift. He's in charge of a shift. He has 18, 22 men under his supervision at all times. He's responsible for the safety and welfare of all the people that are working for him, as well as he's in charge of the city for the shift that he's on.
Okay.
And then after deputy chief, the same process. You take another civil service exam with a whole bunch more books, and you get on a list. And when the chief decides he's going to retire, that's when you go through the process again, and they interview, and you go to the city council, and you end up in the chief's job again.
I like it, don't you? Now, I can tell that you still like it, even all you've been through, right?
I never intended to be a fireman, but it's the best job I've ever had in my life. It's been a wonderful career being a firefighter.
And you love it, don't you?
I do love it. I
love
absolutely do love it.
Would you be able to take calls from the boys and girls if they wanted to ask you about it?
I'd be happy to.
You would, really?
I'd answer any questions that they had, if I can.
Yeah, you really believe in furthering this, don't you? What is your number? 413?
My number here at the fire station?
Yeah, where the boys and girls could call you.
Yeah, it's 413-448-9765.
Oh, thanks.
If I'm not available to answer your questions, I've got 4 inspectors out in my office to answer they may have.
Do you think your captain and some of your inspectors would also go on the TV and tell the boys and girls about being a fireman?
Absolutely. I've got my guys are very, very happy to do public service.
Good.
We have school tours that come through here all the time.
Yes, right. And then you go to schools, don't you?
And we do. We have fire safety in the schools program. I have one of my inspectors who goes in and we develop evacuation plans and fire safety plans. He teaches the kids about fire safety. And I have Boots the fire dog that goes in with him. Boots talks to the kids.
Is he a Dalmatian?
He is a Dalmatian. He sits in his own little fire truck and he drives around to the classroom and he talks to the kids.
Well, I want to see that. Can you send me a video of that?
I'll see what I can scare up for you. I don't know if I have a video or not, but I can send you the...
Well, somebody must have a video camera, and just give us a picture of it. That'd be lovely.
Sure, I'll send you a picture of Boots.
And then we can, on our next program, we can talk to the other people about their enthusiasm for being a fireman.
Absolutely. I'll line those guys up for you.
Oh, good. This is going to go on Time Warner Public Access, right? What's it called? It has a name. It's
PTV.
Yeah, what's it called? Pittsfield what?
Pittsfield Community Television.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good. And then we'll keep this going. Because anything you could do to get a youngster focused on a valuable career like that, an interesting career, and then a public service career, I think is good news.
I have any advice for the kids, it's if you have trouble, do well in school, because when you are a firefighter candidate, you do have to sit down and be interviewed for the job. And that's one of the very first things the mayor looks at is how much education and training you've had. Because we want the best people for the jobs as firefighters. So
that's right, and keep your record clean, huh?
Keep your record clean, stay out of trouble, and if you get any experience, a lot of the firefighter candidates, they're already emergency medical technicians, because a lot of what we do is emergency medical. So that's a bonus. If you get emergency medical technician certification before you try to become a firefighter, that's a plus. That's good for you.
Well, it's wonderful, yeah. Well, this is very valuable. You've done a good job. I'll recommend you for a raise.
Thank you.
I have to tell you about the young man who came home from medical school, and he handed his mother and father his diploma to be a physician, and then he said, "There, I've done what you wanted me to do, and as I've been telling you since I was 7 years old, I'm going out and be a fireman."
Well, I did have a little inspiration to be a firefighter when I was a little kid. My uncle, Captain Robert Villanova, was a training officer.
Captain Robert who?
Robert Villanova.
Spell the last name.
Vill.
Okay, I got it. Villanova, I got it. Okay.
He was a training officer for the Pittsfield Fire Department.
Oh,
and,
sure.
When I became a firefighter, he was the guy that had given my basic initial training as a firefighter when I came to the fire department.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was kind of, I can remember going over to the fire station neighborhood when I was a little kid, just waiting for those bells to ring, those fire trucks to come to the door.
I thought it had to be somewhere. Yeah, it's got to be somewhere. It starts very, very young.
Oh, yeah.
The first motivation. Well, James Sullivan, I'm going to say goodbye to the boys and girls, but would you stay on the phone because I want to hear from you what you want on the screen for graphics.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So boys and girls, this is a chat with Glendora, and this is Careers Unlimited, and we featured this today. Captain Chief James Sullivan of the Pittsfield, Massachusetts Fire Department. Come back again and we'll have other careers for you. Now,
to access. Hi, this message is for the Glendora. My name is Qi Hui Huang. My number is 202-418-1825. Please give me a call. Actually, I was on your website, www.chatwithglendora.com, and I was referred you by Mr. George McDermott at Maryland. So I have suffered
McDermott in Maryland.
Yes. Okay. So please give me
suffered
a call.
Similar injustice.
My email address is qhh@hotmail.com. Thank you. QHH.
Hi, Glendora. You're always with the jokes, and I like that expensive care unit. That's a good one. Unfortunately, it's true, and we're all struggling in this economy, and who knows what people who can't afford to go to the hospital do. They stay home, and they're sick at home. Anyway, I spoke to Esther, as I do regularly, not maybe as often as you, but I do keep in touch with her, and she told me that you were ill, that you had Lyme's disease.
It's all over now.
I know that had it. I'm sorry you had it, and I hope you're over it and back to good health. It's Barbara, in case you didn't recognize my voice, and I'd love to talk to you when you have time and the inclination to call me at 516-822-2582. And if I'm not here, just leave me a message and I'll try and get back to you. Have a good night. Bye.
Do you have any lifeinsurance.com?
For help, press 0.
You know what life insurance is? It's something that keeps you poor all your life so you can die rich.
To re-record this greeting, press 2. To return, press 7.
Hey, for the Glendora. My name is Qi Hui Huang. Okay, I got your information from the George McDermott at Maryland. Please give me a call. He said you are a hero. So in the court, my number 202.
This is Robert Goodrich.
Okay, I'll call him again, find out what the technical difficulties are, and find out if he can do a make good. Auntie Meridian, this is Glendora live from her sanctuary. On October the 22nd, 2008, Anno Domini. Devotional, Our Daily Bread. Radio Bible class. Bible passage. Message. The same idea, different words of what Paul says. Find out what you can do best, better than anybody else, and do it. That we're all given a specialty. Do it. If it's teaching, teach. If it's being a minister, be a minister. And meditation by and she says, when you feel impelled to help fill a need, when you are inwardly driven to serve, listen to these thoughts. You do not want to miss God's call. God equips us, empowers us, and preserves us for service. Equips every believer with spiritual gifts for the purpose of ministry. Well, right now, folks, I think my purpose is to try to get people to happiness. And I tell them, I see people who are miserable, who are discouraged, who are frustrated, and I tell them to get up at 5 o'clock, the first thing in the morning, plug themselves into God's battery charger, and just let it flow. And they don't listen. They don't do it. They choose to go on being miserable. Why do they choose unhappiness over happiness? Does that frustrate us? Well, no. Because we can always pray and send them positive, powerful pulses for the inlet. The inlet, charge the battery the first thing in the morning, and you'll have enough happiness for yourself, and you'll have enough happiness for everybody else, to share with everybody else. Thank you. Amen. So be it. Solemnly ratified. I guess this is how .com is charging her battery. Oh, it's so endearing. She covers her eyes so she can sleep better. Well, I wanted to tell you some words, better words to use, so you could be more pleased with yourself, but they're in that pink folder. And no way could I disturb this pussycat. One of them is abominable. That's a better word to use than the words that we do use for that feeling. Abominable, abhorrent, unpleasant, revolting, disagreeable, Abolish is to countermand, invalidate, quash, rescind, set aside. That's better than kick it out of here. Abnormal is markedly or strangely irregular. That's better than nuts, crazy. And then abnegate is abjure, forego, forswear, disavow, renounce, reject, relinquish. And aberrant is anomalous, eccentric. Well, that dresses you up. And there's another cat over behind the TV monitor. An NBC technician, typically asleep on the job. And here's one on the red plaid pillow. And that's how they spend their alone time with God, the first thing in the morning. Did she have her hand over her eyes? Goodbye, everybody. This is show number 23 of the October-September events to be cablecast in November. Thank you, God. And thank you, Glendora TV audience.
These United States. God bless. Have a good day.
Message 4. This message will be on. Saved message number 4 from caller 32330170441. Received today at 10:45 a.m. This message will be. This message has been deleted. New message 1.
It's me again, the moderator ends up by saying, I cannot.
This message will be automatically deleted. Enter new messages. To return to the main. Saved message 2.
Hey, Glendora, Sue with Come on the Table, Binghamton.
Binghamton's
No,
Sue
we do
Eckert.
have 4 programs on one tape. It has to be a single tape only.
You can't have 4 programs on one tape.
We have somebody that comes
Why?
at 10 o'clock at night on Friday, so that's not a possibility.
Time Warner
I
Binghamton.
don't know who the Binghamton person is, but there is a program.
It's Trudy. Don't you know Trudy?
So if you want to give me a call back, I will take sides and I'll talk to you.
I'll take sides.
This message will be automatically. The message has been deleted. Saved message 3.
Glendora, Albert, I heard your message.
Albert LeBrun.
Why my answering machine got you
South
off.
Windsor, Connecticut.
If